welcome to this explainer. Today, we're not just running through some dry standard grammar lesson. We are unpacking a literal survival guide for local commerce workers. If you work on the shop floor, you know exactly what I mean. You're balancing inventory, working the cash register, and looking at a line of people snaking right out the door. Add the stress of navigating a really unhappy English-speaking customer to that mix, and your heart rate is absolutely going to spike. But what if you had the exact words to instantly cool down all that tension?
Okay, let's dive into this. How do you turn a customer's complaint into a guaranteed return visit? Out on the shop floor, the stakes are incredibly high. A mishandled complaint can literally mean a lost customer forever. Or worse, one of those dreaded bad reviews. But a beautifully handled complaint? Man, that builds immense trust. Today, we're going to look at the specific language tools that let you completely flip a stressful situation, keeping your customers happy and your checkout line moving.
Section 1. Dealing with retail errors. Recognizing the problem.
So let's look at the very beginning of the customer journey. Before we can de-escalate, before we can fix a single thing, the absolute first step in solving a conflict is accurately identifying the mistake. You've got to know exactly what went wrong from the customer's perspective. And to do that, we need to recognize the triggers. Here is your core complaint vocabulary. These are the classic pain points you are going to hear in a busy shop environment. Listen for words like a mistake or an error. A customer might tell you their change is wrong. They might point out they were overcharged or undercharged. You might hear them say they want to complain, or maybe that a product is simply broken or not working. When the shop is packed and the noise level is through the roof, catching these specific words instantly tells you exactly what kind of fire you need to put out. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly where that fire starts. A customer might say, "It should be 10 euros, when the reality is, it is 12 euros. That word should is so fascinating here. We use should to talk about what's right or what's expected. When a customer says, "It should be 10 euros, they are highlighting the exact friction point between their expectation and the reality of the error. Maybe they'll say, "The delivery should arrive tomorrow," or "You should have the receipt." Whenever you hear should in this context, it's a huge signal. It highlights a gap that you as the shop worker need to bridge.
Section 2. The perfect apology. Calming the situation.
Once you've identified that gap, we transition right into the de-escalation phase. Your immediate priority is to stop the complaint from escalating any further. So before you check the system, before you recount the cash, you absolutely have to validate the customer's frustration. Now, what's really interesting here is the spectrum of apologies you have available. Not all apologies are created equal. In English, a sincere apology acts like a pressure valve. If it's a general, kind of small mistake, a simple "I'm sorry" works perfectly. But if it's a bigger mistake, like accidentally overcharging someone, you really need to elevate it. "I'm so sorry," or "I'm very sorry." Notice how we can also shift to a more formal, professional tone, depending on the context. "I apologize for the wait" is just perfect for when the shop is insanely busy. And "I apologize for the mistake" adds this great layer of absolute professional courtesy. Choosing that right level of apology instantly proves to the customer that you respect their situation. Of course, sometimes the problem isn't even a direct mistake, it's literally just a delay. When the store is completely crowded or the computer is lagging, keep your vocal pace calm, steady, and use these specific patience phrases. "Please wait a moment. I'll be with you in a second." A totally fantastic psychological trick is to thank them before they even have a chance to complain. "Thank you for your patience." Or honestly, just blame the technology. "The system is a bit slow today." These phrases help maintain a sense of calm control, letting the customer know they haven't been forgotten. Section 3. Owning and fixing mistakes. Transitioning from the past to the future. Now we're guiding the interaction into its most crucial pivot. You've calmed the customer down. Now, you need to confidently admit the error and immediately take action to correct it. We do this by leaning on the past simple tense. "I made a mistake." This is a beautifully transparent tool for owning the error. To explain what happened, you just state the facts plainly. "I gave you the wrong change. I overcharged you. I forgot to put the item in the bag." Or even, "The price was wrong in the system." By stating it in the past simple, you are fully acknowledging the reality of the situation without making up a bunch of excuses. It's incredibly disarming for an upset customer. So the crucial point is what you say literally the second after that. "I'll fix it right now." If there's one golden takeaway from this entire explainer, it is this exact sentence. This is your ultimate secret weapon for customer service. You've admitted the past mistake, and now you are instantly pivoting to the future solution. Let's move to how this builds. When you're fixing a mistake at that exact moment, we use the future will, or mostly it's short form "I'll." I'll fix it right now. I'll give you a refund. I'll check the price again. I'll change it for a new one. Do you see how proactive that is? The future will provides immediate, right on the spot solutions. It instantly relieves the customer's anxiety because it tells them, without a doubt, that the problem is already being solved.
Section 4, the recovery formula, the 4-step de-escalation process. All right, we're going to combine all these grammatical tools, the apology, the past tense, and the future tense, into one foolproof, totally memorizable sequence. When a customer is unhappy, you just walk right through these 4 chronological steps. Step 1, apologize. Elevate it if you need to. I'm very sorry about that. Step 2, admit what happened using the past simple. I made a mistake with the price. Step 3, take action using the future will. I'll fix it for you right now. And step 4, finish with gratitude and the result. Thank you for telling me. Here is the correct change. Look at how that specific order creates this incredibly smooth, unbreakable narrative that just completely neutralizes frustration. It's polite, it's transparent, and it's highly efficient.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to share this neighborhood tip straight from the source. In a local shop, your honesty is always going to be better than a perfect accent. If you're stressed, if you're fumbling for your English words, just use this phrase. Sorry, it's a very busy morning. Most neighbors and customers will totally understand and be infinitely more patient if they see you're simply a human being trying your best in a crazy busy environment. Your effort always translates no matter what language you are speaking.
So I'm going to leave you with this final question. Are you ready to confidently say, I'll fix it right now to your next unhappy customer? Because you now have the exact vocabulary, the right tone, and the 4-step recovery formula to turn a really stressful encounter into a brilliant display of customer service. The next time the shop is full and a complaint comes your way, take a breath, remember your steps, and watch just how quickly you can turn a frustrated shopper into a loyal customer. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and good luck out there on the shop floor.